Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got some new mods. Alright, first the updates. We've got the large cow barn 240 animals. This is by Frosty94, 9.14 megabyte on the download. In the changelog it's got decreased overall price and daily upkeep costs, improved placement of building, increased liquid manure capacity further, increased radius for manure and liquid manure storage. You can now place the manure further away from the building, increased the overall food capacity, changed fencing around the perimeter and added straw bale trigger for bedding. Got an update for the Lizard CSW weights. This is by Red Phoenix, 2.32 megabyte on the download, and in the changelog for that it's got added CSW 1500. We got an update for the Build Go 3420-100 Powerlink hoe drill plus 71300 air cart by Giants, 54.89 megabyte on the download. In the changelog that's got fixed update distance of wheels and improved steering behaviour. Now that is a big thing on this one, and the next one as well. The Build Go 3320-676 Powerlink hoe drill plus 7950 air cart, also by Giants, 65.71 megabyte on the download, same improvements. So obviously if you've been using those and had that problem where it just jackknifes when you're towing it along, they've updated it. We've got an update for the Pottinger Impress 125 FC Pro by Giants again, 31.89 megabyte on the download, and it's got improved bale wrapping. And the last update for the day is the liftable pallets and big bags. This is by Josh, 2.43 megabyte on the download, and it's fixed the unlimited spawning of pallets. So if you've seen the video I put out a few days ago about the production change just ripping the pallets out the front of that, no problem, with very little input, this has had an update to sort that out. Obviously if you want to do that, then don't update it, but obviously, yeah, it's not what it should be doing. So that's great, that's had an update. So our first mod for today is Sports Package. This is by Rajot G Play, 2.75 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in the construction menu and under decoration and others. So we'll scroll along to find it. We've got the 5 options here. So you've got a basketball stand. We then got the, well, that's called a corral beam. So that's more like a football goalpost really. You then got a basketball to go with the basketball. You then got the football to go with the football post, and you then got a volleyball net if you fancy that sort of thing. So obviously place it down. Let's get the basketball on the go. Let's pick that up. See if we can shoot it in. And no. Shocking. Dear oh dear, I thought that was going to go in. You never know. It was worth a try. Obviously this is for a bit of downtime when your fields are all done. So yeah. That's alright, that is. Right, next up is the Lizard 33-ton feed bin. This is by Frosty94, 3.02 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu under buildings and containers. There it is, 21 grand to buy. Obviously place it down and this is somewhere you can get some stuff for. So if you click on there, you can fill it up with seeds or mineral feed, 33,000 litres. And obviously to take it out, you back your vehicle into that side. Obviously it's not a drive-through option, but still, oh, it's alright that is. Right, next up is the drive over bunker silo. This is by Dr. Julia and Squad CS, 2.76 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this in the construction menu and under buildings and silos. So we'll scroll along to find it. There we are, 100 grand to buy. Obviously place this down is the main silo part there, and then you got the ramp next to it, 1.5 grand to buy. Now this is ace. It's got a 2.5 million litre capacity according to the website. If you come over to here, that open here sign, B on the Xbox if you're like me, look at that. It's like something out of the Thunderbirds. Oh, that's brilliant. Now once that's down, obviously we'll go get in the Mahindra, go drive over the top of it. Obviously we got the ramp on the side there. You don't need to have that one. There is a ramp at the other end if you want to use it. So we'll go up here. There we are. And then you just unload. That's brilliant. That makes loading in so much easier. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the opening and the closing of it as well. Obviously, you click the same button as well and it opens it all back up again. That is brilliant. Right, next up is Washing Station. This is by Vertex Design, 3.72 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under tools. So we'll go in there. We'll scroll there. There it is. 4,550 to buy. Obviously, this is going to be an area for you to bring your vehicles over and give it a bit of a wash. So, left stick in, L stick. Turns it on. There we are. B. Give it all a jet wash. That's very nice. Obviously, if your vehicles are getting dirty in the field, you'll want to clean it off. Nice big area for it to work on as well. You can get the biggest equipment that you've got on there. Brilliant. Right, next up is Slurry Yard. This is by Missy B, 1.42 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this in the construction menu under productions and selling points. So we'll scroll along to find it. I've gone past it already. Ah, there we are. That's better. 50 grand to buy. Obviously, place it down and you can be able to sell your digestate, slurry and manure. Now, if you've been playing on FS19, this can be a familiar site for you because it did come out on there. But it's great it's come over to 22 as well, because a lot of maps don't have selling points for your digestate particularly. And obviously, it does slurry and manure as well. This was a great mod on 19. It's going to be a great one again on 22. Missy B, that's brilliant. Right, next up is Flat Bottom Silos. This is by Flying Dutchman, 5.37 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and silos. So we'll scroll along to find them. There we are. So we've got the first one there. The Farmer 100, 25,000 to buy, 100,000 litre capacity. And according to the website, these are multi-fruit, which is great. Then we've got the second one, which is the Farmer 150. As the name suggests, 150,000 litre capacity, same multi-fruit again. Then got the Farmer 200, again 200,000 litre capacity. Then the last one is the Farmer 250, which for some strange reason has only got 100,000 litre capacity. 200's got 200 and the 250's only got 100. Interesting. Obviously, you pull your vehicle there and that's where you're going to load into your trailer. But it does say you need the augers to fill them up. So you're going to need to get one of those as well. And by the looks of that, because they're flat bottoms, you may need to get an auger to fill up to your trailer as well. I don't think you're going to get much underneath that one. That being said, if you've got a couple of augers on the go, this could be very nice. Right, next up is Large Grain Storage. This is by Didec96, 17.17 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds. There it is, 62 grand to buy. Obviously place it down and it's a little storage for you. So if we go in there, click the lights on with B, that's better. Turn the lights on by that hatch marking area there. And if we go next door, we'll open that door up. What have we got here? Lights on again. So the individual per area. Hide workshop. Show workshop. There we are. Interesting. Get rid of all that stuff. Then we'll open the next door there. Lights on again. It's going to be where you normally store all your crop. Then we come down here. We've got another little area. Turn the lights on by that hatch marking area. I like that. Individual lights for individual parts of the building. Oh, that's nice, that is. I mean, there is one thing though. It says hide workshop there, but there's no workshop trigger. Which is interesting. Let's put it that way. Obviously, it gets rid of all this stuff here. Maybe you could put a little workshop in there. But apart from that, that's alright, that is. Right, next up is the Stroutman Aperion 3401. This is by Agra Modding, 4.75 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under trailers. This has got a 52,000 litre capacity. It's going to cost you 90.5 grand to buy. The only options you've got there are wheel brands and tyres, usual shenanigans on the go. And you've got fill volume, original, or structure, back to original. Doesn't seem to do much, to be fair. Let me spin around that way. No. Okay. Now, the only issue I've got with this is if we come out of that, so the Aperion 3401, we already had one there. Base game. What's going on there? It's exactly the same as one we've already got. Alright, we'll carry on. Right, next up, we've got the Flegel TMK273. This is by Kyler Modding, 3.25 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under trailers. This has got a 40,000 litre capacity, 55 grand to buy. The only options are to change the wheel tyre brands. Shenanigans on the go. That's alright, that is. Obviously, that does look like it lifts up at the back, so low roof buildings, you might want to be careful, but 40,000 litre capacity for 55 grand. That's alright, that is. Right, next up we got the Brantner Z18051XXL. This is by Master LS, 3.18 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the trailers. So it's got a 19,200 litre capacity, 23 grand to buy as standard. The options you got there are wheel brands and tyres. You go for whichever one you want. Then you got design, standard, pedestal, or back to standard, then cover, no. B-tip, yes or no. Not B-tip, beat tip. There's too many T's in that. Beat tip or yes, then back to no. You change the main colour to any one of those there. Oh, that's alright, that is. I mean, apart from the swivel axle on the front, which I'm ridiculously bad at reversing, that's alright. Right, next up is the Robert F2800. This is by ETA La Machoise. 6.13 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the mulchers. So this requires 75 horsepower from your tractor. Oh, 2.8. 2.8 metre working width. That's tiny. 8 mile an hour working speed. 7,200 to buy. There is no options. 2.8. That's ridiculous. Right, next is the SIP Favorite 254. This is by Privet and Oldham Farm, 4.64 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this in two parts. So the first part is this, the Favorite 254 Wender. You're going to find it on the Tedders, 5 grand to buy, 20 horsepower requirement, 2.5 metre. Oh, 2.5 metre. 13 mile an hour top speed. And then the options you got there are the SIP Favorite 254. Then the SEP Knuzel Vario. That's your two options on there. You then got the lower link ball or no. Puts those on the end there. Now, this is strange because on the website it said this is under windrows, but this part's actually under tedders. So this should really then ted your grass. And then the second part of it is the windrower flap. 8 mile an hour top speed, 100 to buy. So you add this to the Favorite 254 itself, and you should be able to TED and windrow at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. And the options you got there are the SIP Favorite 254 and then the SEP Knuzel Vario. So obviously you need to pick which one that matches up with the one you already got. Now that is an interesting prospect. I mean, don't get me wrong. 2.5 meters is really small, but doing it at the same time, interesting. Right, next up is the Evers Agro WBG3-270 by Vertex Design, 9.16 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Grassland Care. Now, this is a bit strange because to me this looks like a bit like a subsoil or a plough, but it's under Grassland Care, which is really random. It's going to require 120 horsepower from your tractor. Oh, 2.7. Come on. 2.7, really? 7 mile an hour working speed, 8,950 to buy. There is no options. Now, on the website, it says it's a very robust machine for removing compaction under the turf. What does that mean? Drop it in the comments below if you know what it means, because that's just really strange. I mean, it does look really nice. I like those corrugated wheels on the back. They look really smart. 2.7 though. I mean, that is tiny. Right, next up is the Digualoon pack. This is by Universe Simu Modding, 20.80 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under two categories. So the first lot we got is these two trailers here, under trailers, obviously. We got the Feline 11 and then the Feline 18.2. So we'll go into the Feline 11 first. So 14,100 litre capacity, starts off 22 grand. You can then change that. You can go up to 17,000 or back to 14,000. And usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Change the main colour to either red or black. Then the design colour either green or orange. Now if we come out of that and go into this one, obviously the same options apart from the capacities. So this is the twin axle version. Starts off at 23,300 litres, 35 grand to buy. That then goes up to 27,031. Then back to 23. Again, same options as before. And the third thing in this pack is the 416. You're going to find this under manure spreaders. 16,000 litre capacity, 140 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 14 metre working width and a 12 mile an hour working speed, 48.5 grand to buy. You can then change that to 16,500 litres or 16. So that's not really that much of a jump, mind you, though, is it? Although it doesn't cost you any extra, so you might as well. Then change the wheel brands and the tyres. Oh, that's an alright little pack, that is. Right, next up is the Bura 6105. This is by Cautibero, 9.35 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under small tractors. So this starts off with a 100 horsepower engine, 18 mile an hour top speed, 39 grand. Now you may have recognised this already because there's a version of this in the game, but that only has a 100 horsepower engine and that only runs at 15 mile an hour. So this is a little bit faster and you've got some engine options. Also, we've got the wheel brands and the tyres. You can change that, go for whatever one you want. Then you've got front loader attacher, no, quickie, Hauer, and then no. Then on the engine setup, so 100 is standard, 115 or back to 100. So you've got two options on there. Change the main colour to that or black. Design colour, we've got standard, green or silver. And then rim colour obviously does the rims. I think I prefer that in the standard with the grey and black. That looks alright, that does. Ah, very nice. Right, next up we got the Libre X Power. This is by Woodcraft Modding, 21.16 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this part under wheel loaders. So it's got a 224 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, 245 grand to buy as standard. The options you got there: special design, standard, black line, mining, or standard. That black line looks alright though. Wheels and tyres, usual shenanigans on the go there. Then you got without handrails or left handrail, left and right handrail, and without handrails, just puts that round the back. You got beacon, without, beacon 1, beacon 2, 3, 4, and then without. Back protection, so without, crash protection, hood protection, crash and hood protection, then without. That looks alright, that does. Yeah. Then we go down to front protection, so without, light protection, hydraulics protection, light and hydraulics protection, and then without. That looks quite beefy with all that. So steering wheel or joysticks. Then we've got windows, normal, back tint, half tint, full tint, and then normal. Yeah, have it tinted out, why not? An engine setup, so 225 to start with, 249, 224. Again, that is very nice. And also as part of this mod, we got all these tools under wheel loader tools. So we got the pallet fork, we got the log fork, we got the high dump bucket with 8,500 litre capacity on a bucket. Yes. Then we got the wheel loader earth shovel with 3,400 litre capacity. We then got the wheel loader loading shovel with 3,700 litre capacity. 3,100 litre capacity on the wheel loader mining shovel. And that's your options. That high dump bucket, 8,500 litre capacity. Yes. Oh, why not? You could really get some manure out with that. Not a problem. Brilliant. Right, next up is the Lizard Santana 88. This is by AF Modding, 19.87 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under cars. Now let's basically cut to the chase. This is a Land Rover. We've had it on 19 and it's back for 22. But it is great. Really is great. So got 100 horsepower engine, 46 mile an hour top speed, 50 grand to buy. The options you got there are usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then you got design, standard, spare wheel on the front, spare wheel on the back, gas can on the back, spare wheel and gas can. That puts that on the bonnet. Then back to standard. Then you got lights, default, beacon, bull bar, beacon and bull bar. So that puts that beacon on back there. And then a bull bar on the front. Or then default. Attaches, standard, front trailer hitch, or standard. And then capacity, no roof rack, or roof rack. And main colour, go for any one of those. Go for, oh no, that's too bright. That's better. Then roof colour obviously changes the roof. And then rim colour does the rims. Oh, polished metallic. Yes. That just looks like a bumblebee there, doesn't it? Just driving down the road like you're going to your beehive. I like that. I like that. Obviously, I'm from the UK and Land Rovers are made in the UK. And that is ace. I do like it. Very nice. Right, now last mod for the day. This is the Combi. Eric Isaac Agro Mods have made it. 5.54 megabyte on the download. And it's going to be under cars. Cut to the chase again. It's the VW camper. Let's face it. You know, there's no messing around. It is what it is. So, a 70 horsepower engine, 74 mile an hour top speed. And it's going to cost you 22 grand to buy a standard. Then got the options on design, no. Grid extension, or no. Then design, second one, we've got sound box or no. Then design again, got stickers. So you've got what's that? Agro Pomona, Escalo, no, Escolar. Yeah, I'm going to start trying to pronounce these. Then back to no. Wheel setup. This is where it gets interesting. So you've got standard wheels, standard 2, then off-road. Look, it sticks the axles out the side of the vehicle. Oh, brilliant. Off-road 2, which then jacks it up. Then back to standard. Look at the state of that. Brilliant. You can change the main colour. Oh, we got some metallics there. Red wine metallic. Oh, yes. Look at the state of that. Brilliant. Design colour. We'll go with a yellow metallic. Does the bumpers. Then rim colour obviously does the rims. We'll go for blue metallic. Why not? That looks brilliant. Really does. When you get some camping roleplay on the go. Excellent. That's the last mod for the day. So that's it. Done and dusted. Drop it in the comments below which one's your favourite. Which one you're thinking of using. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.